Hello, heroes, and welcome to the One Shot Podcast Twitch stream. I'm James D'Amato, your game master, and this week we are going to be playing a indie classic, Fiasco.
Yeah.
We've played this on the podcast before, but I figured it's time for us to play it on the stream, and I'm really excited about the people that we're going to be playing with. First up, let me introduce you to a familiar voice and face, Patrick O'Rourke.
Hey guys, how's it going? I feel very out of place. I belong over there. Where no one can see me, and I can just yell with the chat room saying,
"Yeah, you're not running the." Well, I mean, you are running.
I'm trying
the
to.
twos. Yeah.
So if it falls apart, you'll just see me run that way and try to figure it out.
Yeah, that we will figure out whether the time I ran the channel was really my fault or really the fault of my position. So a lot is riding on this one.
Yeah.
And if it's good, great. If it's bad, good for me because it's not my fault. That time I screwed up the stream. But we're actually here today because we are playing Fiasco as part of a little improv experiment. I've got two folks with me today who are in town for the the Improv Olympic, or I guess it's just IO, the IO Improv Intensive, which is a very rigorous training program that folks from all over the world really flock to learn the art of improvisation. So first up, would you mind introducing yourself to the
I
channel?
would love to, James. My name is Ashley Mercia, and I am from Canada. So yeah, we came down to do the improv intensive at IO. I've been improvising for about 2 years now, so yeah, IO's been really great.
Now, in what capacity did you learn at one of the schools out where you're from?
Yeah, the group that I'm a part of now, they do classes. So I joined one of those classes, and it's just kind of, they were just figuring out how they wanted to teach. So we just kind of did group game or whatever the teacher was like, here's what we do for improv, was what we learned. So it's kind of just whatever. This is way more structure now.
To pull you into the conversation, sir, could you introduce yourself to the channel really quick?
Yes, I am Eric Yashinsky. I'm from Red Deer, Alberta. I've done improv for 2 years.
Now, are you doing it with the same group?
Yes, same group as Ashley, yes.
So have you guys been doing long form?
Yes.
Okay, so you're studying long form in Canada, and the people who taught you, who you learned with, what tradition are they drawing on? Where did they learn it to establish their theater?
Actually, they 2 years ago, a few members from our troupe came down to Chicago to IO, and they brought the information back. And we were so inspired to actually come down.
Right, yeah.
And it's been quite the experience so far.
It's like really crazy cool. I came out, I did the Second City Intensive when I was like considering, what am I gonna do after college? And it's the sort of thing that like inspired me to move out here and sort of led to me doing this weird stuff. So
James and I met each other. Well, not at the intensive.
Not at the intensive,
in the community.
But yeah, like I totally get like feeling inspired in that way. And I know like after I did my intensive, I took what I learned and I went back to college and I started an improv club there.
Nice.
So like that is exactly the sort of thing that comes out of this. So it's really great that you guys learned from people who did the intensive before and now you're coming to do it yourselves. I think the information here, it means so much to just have the level of experience that you get from that intensive because you're doing it every day, like for a huge chunk of every day. So like when you think of it, if you perform once or twice a week, or maybe you rehearse like another time, that's half of the stage time easily that you get over a couple days with the intensive. So what I want to see is how you beautiful improv flowers blossom. So we're going to be playing Fiasco, which I have said many times in many different places is really just an improv game. It is more an improv form. It's very similar to the Herald or any of the other long form pieces that are popular around Chicago. It's very character driven and it uses a lot of, I don't want to call them shortcuts, but it uses a lot of techniques that make the scene work stronger. So even somebody who's not well versed in improv can play something like Fiasco and really do well with it. And that's one of the amazing things about role-playing games is they sort of skirt around the more important parts of the IO Second City education that you could be getting at the theaters out here. So I just want to play around with that, like see how you guys are at the start of your intensive experience, because you guys have been doing it 2 days now, right?
This is our 4th day.
4th day. Oh, that's right. That's right.
The end of our first week.
So end of your first week. So yeah, you've basically gone through level 1 at IO.
Yes, 7 weeks I've been told.
Yeah.
7 weeks of stuff crammed into 1 week.
Yeah. So this
Is your head spinning?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of information that you've probably been bombarded with.
Oh yeah, we're all warmed up.
So this is going to be the stage where you're most in your heads, and that's why I like Fiasco as a game, because it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So we can just feel the pressure just get released. We're going to lay back, we're going to play a game, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Sweet.
So first things first, I need somebody at the table to roll all of those dice in the middle of the table.
Oh, hold on.
Ooh.
All right,
Oh
go
yeah,
for
cut
it.
to the overhead shot.
Here we go. Oh my.
Boom. Okay.
Good roll.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now we go through the fun of sorting these guys.
Oh, back to the overhead.
Wow, this is the lowest roll that I've seen pop up on one-shot dice
Yeah,
ever.
I'm a low roller. What can I say?
There's a 2. Yeah, wow.
Oh,
Goodness.
we're doing it by number.
Yeah, we're doing it by number. Wow.
I like the little Asian symbol dice.
Asian symbol, no, this is the one-shot.
One-shot dice.
Hashtag branded.
Marketers.
Does that mean a 1 then, or a 6?
That is a 6.
Oh, nice.
Positive brand association.
Yeah, you roll high. So the way Fiasco works, we are going to be taking these dice here to help us establish character backgrounds and relationships. These are core pieces of our character, bits of information that are going to lead us to build very good narrative scene work later on. So I'm going to give everybody these cards, and we're going to be establishing relationships actually for people on either side of us. So first things first, we are going to establish relationships. There are a lot of different categories of relationships, and within each category, there are 6 possible different flavors. So I am first I'll establish relationships between you and me.
Okay.
And we've got a lot of 1s here. We got a lot of 2s here. I am going to start cutting into those 2s, and I'm going to say that we have a work relationship. So now that I've established that fact, it's your turn to establish a relationship between you and Pat.
Okay.
So you'll be grabbing one of these dice and assigning a relationship category between yourself and Pat.
Excellent. I'll be grabbing a 1
Ah,
for
Right.
family.
Family.
I like it.
Wonderful. Okay. And now, Pat, it is your turn.
Okay.
Hey, you feel free to take the book. because
I will.
I'm holding too many things right now.
So I am gonna go with. Let's go with work as well.
Perfect. A lot of people work in the West. That's right. I forgot to point out, we are playing Boomtown, which is a Western-themed Fiasco playset that comes in the core book. Cool.
So this one's between me and you?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do the 3 for the past.
The past. Ooh. Meaty. Okay, now it's time for me to define relationships. And let's see, the 3 got taken. What's 5? That's not that interesting.
That's for us.
That's for us.
Got
Yeah,
it.
so we don't forget.
Okay.
I am going to define the relationship between yourself and Pat, and I am going to say that that is a parent-child relationship. So one of you is a parent, one of you is a
Alright.
child,
Okay.
or you don't have to be a child right now, but as the
Offspring of. Yeah.
Right,
oh,
right.
got it. Love it.
So yeah, write down that family has been defined by parent-child.
Right, and I think an important thing to note here, James, is that this time around,
Anybody can
you can
define
pick
anything.
anybody's
Okay,
relationship.
I see.
Yeah, that's why I decided to define one that I'm not even in. All right, so it's your turn. You can define any of the relationships right now on the table. We have work, 2 works actually, and the past.
Ooh, the past. Oh, I love. I love the past for grew up together back east for 2.
Ooh.
Ah.
So we ain't from around here. All right.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
So you guys are work. Just because I want to hear James D'Amato do one of his awesome voices. You guys are a pair of ranch hands.
Ranch hands. But I'm. Let's see. So we grew up together back east, but I'm also a ranch hand. Interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna say. So I'm for us.
Whoever you want.
Oh, ours
Yeah.
is it doesn't matter. Ours is the only one left.
Or
I mean,
we-
yeah, that's the only one on the table. To make things simple, we'll just do that for now.
Oh, okay.
There are ways to do it out of order and differently, but let's do that for now.
Got it.
I'm gonna give us a professional client relationship.
Ooh, okay.
Well,
So already, just through these little elements, you're starting to see the way these people connect. But now, because a person's name and like what they do is kind of the base level of information that you get at an improv scene. And when you make assumptions beyond that and dig down into specificity, that's when stuff starts getting really meaty and cool. So Fiasco defines all of these relationships. Now, those can be defined by needs, locations, or objects. So, the system suggests, especially with new players, to get at least 2 needs out there on the table, which is why I am going to use an object to define one of the relationships, because I'll let you guys do the needs. And let's see, objects we got, transportation. That's boring. Okay, never mind. I think we'll do locations. And I am going to assign the Bradford Hotel defines your relationship.
oh, that's yeah.
Oops.
All right. I'm going to flip us back to needs.
Thank you. All right. I love to get even for you, James.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh.
That is, I wonder what's going to happen there.
There you go.
Oh, Roxanne, thanks for breaking down the die value. Or dice values, excuse me. That's impressive. Thank you.
Yes.
What was it, like percentages?
No, you broke down what we rolled
Yeah.
for the chat.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
And should I do a need?
You can do a need if you want.
Or should I save it for our new players?
I think I'm gonna take a 1 and give you guys a to get free.
To get free. Oh. Our need is to get free.
Okay. So it comes back, and now we are defining things. The things that we have to define are need to get even, need to get free, object sentimental, and location the Bradford Hotel. I'm going to take a look at those sentimental objects and see if there's anything fun for 1, 2, or 5. Well, one's a newborn baby, which is sort of like adding a whole new character. I don't think I want to deal with that.
No.
2 is a pretty locket with a lock of hair inside. Ooh.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
Super creepy. And 5 is an engraved silver goblet. This is the West. Yeah, we are in the West.
I've been very valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is true. Together back east, engraved silver. I am going to go with a more obvious locket full of hair.
It was so obvious.
And the way I phrased it is terrible. It's not a locket with someone's hair. It's a locket full of hair.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do an object. 1, 5. 1 or 5. I can go other than sentimental, right? Like I can go to valuables, information.
Well, those are objects. You would be defining one of the needs.
Oh, right.
Or
Oh, I'm on the wrong
location.
page. All right, cool. All right, so we got a need to
There's to get free and get even.
yeah.
So you pick one of the
5,
subcategories.
5
of
or
those.
1. Let's see here.
We were talking about this before the stream. Eric can't play Pokemon Go because he's from Canada.
It's sad.
Sad
Oh
facts.
no!
Yeah. They were talking about your sweet Pokemon Go tan, and it's like, poor guy can't.
That's from a real activity.
Yeah.
It's from going outside under normal circumstances.
Sorry, everyone.
We'll explain it after the stream.
Yeah.
Sorry. Very complicated, and I know nothing about it.
All right, so to get even with the Chinese.
Whoa! Oof.
Did we have to get even?
Oh no,
Oops, sorry,
it was
that's
me.
for you, James.
To get even with the Chinese. They stole all the farmhand jobs.
Oh no. Oh. This is gonna be a fun stream. Okay. So what am I looking to define? Just
Bradford
us?
Hotel or to get free?
To get free. I don't want to do us. I'd rather do
Yeah.
to get free. Oh, of course. It's got to be of your lot in life. I'll use the 5.
Ooh. Okay, so I am very clearly in a very desperate situation. No, you're in a desperate situation. You two. To get free, yeah.
It's my lot in life.
Oh, that was us?
That was
I
you
defined
guys.
us too? Darn it. Okay.
You had no choice.
I have no choice. I was literally a catch-22.
All right.
Or
I
rock and
gotta
hard place.
define the location then.
And this last die is wild.
Ooh.
So you can pick any one
of
of the
them.
6.
Ooh. Okay. Storms the Bradford Hotel. I'm gonna choose the brothel billiard parlor,
Oh boy.
which was
Professional client relationship, huh?
Oh gosh!
here you are.
Okay, so now that we have that done, we are done using this book.
Wait, the brothel. I said
Billiard.
brother.
Billiard.
Brothel billiard
Billiard
parlor.
Parlor.
The other one, there was like a babies bar. That was weird. Thought that one would be worse.
Oh, it's all good.
All right, guys, that Bradford Hotel.
Hey,
Hotbed.
I've already got some ideas for my character.
All right, so
Okay.
we're gonna get even with the Chinese. Okay. Yikes. So now is a part of the game where we get nameplates. I like to work with nameplates whenever I play Fiasco because it helps me remember the character names that we're going to come up with. I suggest it to everybody almost for every role-playing game. I've never been in a game where nameplates have hurt what we're doing. But now it's time for us to work out kind of a sense of who our characters are. We are ranch hands who need to get even with the Chinese. I think the best way to go about this is we are trying to get even with I think Chinese farming company. Chinese is just simply the name of the company and not at all related to any ethnicity of the people who might own it.
It's an acronym.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like they've been putting us out of business because we used to be the only ranch hands in the area, right?
Yeah.
Like we had it sweet, we had it good, money came easily, and we're also super lazy and very ambitious. Then these people roll into town, and all of a sudden they start lending out temp work to people from all over the place, and then we have to compete for the first times in our lives, and we don't like it.
No, we don't.
And let's see, I'm from back east,
Yes.
right?
We grew up together.
All right, I'm already sort of framing myself as a snake oil salesman.
Nice.
Let's see, we grew up together back east. Do you think we're related at all, or do you think we were just childhood friends, or
I feel like childhood friends.
childhood friends?
Yeah, yeah. Like we played together. We were neighbors.
Okay, I am going to be Alan. And now I gotta think of like an East Coasty name. I probably should be Irish, so I'm gonna be, right? Sure. Irish. Sure. That's from the East Coast, Pat.
I'm not offended. Not yet, at least.
Hey, hey, my mother's name is Doherty.
Hey.
I'll have you know
I
I
would
will.
say, yeah, your recent family came through Ellis Island. Like, you're not necessarily Irish right now, or you don't necessarily have.
No, wait a minute. I'm not going to pick an Irish name after all because Caltha just suggested Alan Parsons.
I love it.
I'm going to take that because I'm playing a scumbag shyster anyway. So give back those Emmys. All right.
Getting political.
Not really. All right, so I have my character name and a rough idea of who I am. Somebody's got a locket full of hair. We'll figure that out. But let's name your character and maybe learn a little bit more about you.
Yeah, sure. So I'm in a parent-child relationship with Patrick over there. All right.
The unnamed man right now. Person.
Yes, sorry, the person. So I was thinking I could be, for interesting sakes, I could be the child.
Great.
All right.
I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit cocky and lazy, right? But my need is to get free. It's my lot in life, and I want to get free from, I'm going to say, capitalism.
You want to get free from capitalism.
Even though I'm competing with the Chinese.
All right, I like it. Cool.
All right, and that type of character is screaming out a name to me. It's Bud Franklin.
Love it. Love it.
So American.
It's very American.
Bud Franklin. Love it.
Okay, so I think I run the brothel.
Okay.
I think that's what my character does. That's why you and I have some sort of strained relationship, and you're not in the family business, and you want to get out of capitalism altogether.
Right.
Is because I'm very capitalistic in my ways and my intentions, and that provides our professional client relationship. Because you're from the East, you've come to this town to frequent the hotel for whatever reason you choose.
Yep.
But that's how we know each other, is because I run this brothel. Yep.
All right.
All right. So my name, I want to have like assumed a title that I didn't earn, like doctor or something. But it's not like I'm not really a doctor.
I love that.
But people, I think
that's
I'm
very
smart
West.
and stuff. Yeah, exactly. So how about Dr. What was your last name?
Franklin.
Dr. Dwayne O. Franklin.
Dwayne O. Franklin.
So you dropped the O.
I dropped the O.
Yeah.
Because it's part of the oppressive capitalist society.
Well, to separate yourself from the brothel, which is called O. Franklin's.
Right. I can't be a two-edged sword, right? I mean,
What?
We are socialists together? Is that like our thing?
I'm
How
going
should I
to try
spell
to drag
Dwayne?
you along the socialist
EW.
train.
Okay, so I'm not quite in it yet.
I'm going dyslexic. Okay. Dr. D. W.
Yeah. A.
A. N. E.
Yeah.
Sure.
I suppose there could be Y in there if you got real funky.
That's how Dwayne The Rock Johnson spells it, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I believe so, which would make it the most correct. Spell it.
Oh, I did this weird. I'm gonna shoot. Here. Let's move on as I figure out my name tag.
All right, so I just have an object and a hotel to inform, and the professional client grew up together. I think I moved to escape the oppressiveness of the East. To just like get rid of my old identity.
Yeah.
And completely change my name and change everything and just try to build a new identity.
So which of us has this locket full of hair?
I think you do.
Okay, I've got a locket.
You've got the locket.
Is it your hair
I
in the
think
locket?
so.
Great.
I think
That could have gotten real weird.
Happy it's not some strangers.
So I'm guessing, like, how old do you think your character is? About? Because we clearly had a past relationship.
Yeah.
Then I fled to the West, and you stayed
Stayed
there
for a
for
while
a little
longer.
while, and then
I
got
fled to the
dissatisfied and
West.
fled to the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know where you went because there's no internet.
Yes. There's no Facebook in the West.
And this is just
Someone
kind of
should do that, though.
where I ended up.
Okay.
So I don't know you're here. Or maybe, depending
Yeah.
on where we start, maybe I do. But you might know me by a different name. But right now, my name is going to be Samantha. Because I changed it because I wanted it to be pretty. Something really pretty for a last name.
Something French.
Bell.
Bell?
Bell
No,
with an E. Belle.
That's me.
There are people in the channel right now coming up with acronyms to try and explain Chinese.
Yeah, I love it. I love tranquilities.
Capitalist herder invading non-Eastern states eternally. Cow herding irrigation neighbor elimination specialists of Enterprise. Really like that one.
Yeah, that one's great.
Really like that one. Great. Okay. So now.
Oh, just before we move on from Samantha,
Oh, yeah, please.
what brings you to the hotel?
I think I am secretly like in love with women.
Cool. And that would not be that would be frowned upon.
That'd
in
be
the Old
very
West.
frowned upon in
Yeah.
the Old West, which probably explains why I had to run away
Get it.
from the East.
Okay, this is explaining a lot. Interesting. Okay. Before, I didn't know what my character would think about somebody from his past coming back, but now that I know that she's not interested in men, he definitely is still in love with this person.
Definitely clueless.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so now that we got this, we're gonna throw all these back in the middle.
I can move these, right, James?
Yes, you can move those. We will not need them. I made too many.
It's okay. I had to throw a few out because I can't spell.
Oh, is this like a face this way?
No, this is a face because we want to be able to see.
Ah.
I doubt they can read them on the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as we can, yeah. This is just for us.
Cool.
Samantha Bell, Dr. Dwayne O. Franklin, Bud Franklin, and Alan Parsons. Great.
Perfect.
So now we're going to start getting into scenes. The way scenes work in this game, everybody is going to take a turn establishing or having a scene established for them. Essentially, if you want to establish a scene, if you have an idea like, I think I know what to do, you set a scene, and then everybody else at the table sort of watches and decides whether that scene goes well or poorly for you. If you decide to have one established for you, people at the table construct a scene for you. They figure out, okay, this is sort of what your character's after, this is what they want, so they'd be here doing this thing, and then you would decide whether that scene goes well or poorly for you.
Oh, okay.
We do 2 rounds of that before we reach the tilt. And the tilt is where the climactic elements of the story start coming in and things go terribly, terribly wrong for everyone.
Nice.
This is called Fiasco. These characters, feel free to make them a little bit terrible. Because bad things will probably happen to them. The more likable they are, the more tragic it will be when something awful befalls. So, now that we know that, I think it's time to establish a scene. And I would like to do a scene with Bud. I think we are in the saloon together, bemoaning our current lot in life, that we're sort of trapped in the situation where the darn Chinese placement company is bringing people in, taking jobs from us.
Quick mechanics question.
Yes.
So Samantha and I we're deciding whether or not this scene goes good or bad.
Good or bad. We have to decide what the dice mean.
Yeah, that was my point.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then what die mean that? And this is for you specifically, right?
Yes, this is for me specifically.
Yep. Cool.
So I'm gonna say the blue dice are probably good, and these red dice are probably bad. That's fair?
Do we
Sounds
roll
good.
all of them?
No, so what we do, and as soon as you start getting a good vibe of the scene and you want to impact the scene in some way, you could be like, all right, this scene is going to end up going very well for Mr. Allen, or you can go, oh, it's going to end up going bad, and then he'll play off of what die you add, or I, but you're new, so it'd be great if you made a choice.
Okay, then he has to roll them eventually.
No, well, sort of, for the chill. But
We'll
much
get
later.
there.
We'll get to that.
All right. We'll
But
get
you
there.
get to choose how you want the scene to go for James based on what you think is the most interesting story.
Cool. And do I just give it to him and be secretive about it, or I go, because?
No, just hand it to him
Cool.
and he'll play
I'll
out the scene.
decide
Great.
how that affects me.
Sounds good.
So we enter the saloon. It is 10 a.m. There is nobody here except for someone who passed out on one of the tables last night. The bartender, who we've known because we've been here for years, and we sort of barged our way in, didn't really listen to their complaints as we plopped ourselves down at one of the tables, and we're just sort of slumped there right now. I didn't find anything. I swear I checked with the Smiths. I checked with the Winchesters. I checked with everyone you could possibly imagine. There is no work for anyone who's not Chinese. Represented by the hiring firm that's recently moved into our area. That sort of Chinese.
This is a disgrace. I can't believe that such a Chinese corporation.
I mean, they're American.
Right.
They're an American corporation that name themselves Chinese, besmirching the great nation of China from the East. Those are wonderful people over there. They don't like to take jobs, but you know who does? It's those damn Remingtons. They moved into this area. They set up their fancy Chinese company. They use that lettering that they stole from the Ming Dynasty. I read that in the library. They took Ming Dynasty lettering. They made their Chinese hiring firm, and everybody thinks they're getting a great deal. They're not getting a great deal, though. We got the soul of an American worker, you know?
We got everything here, and yet we got some stealers.
That's what we call Steelers, because you know those damn Remingtons are from Pittsburgh. Those Pittsburgh Steelers moved in here and took the jobs that are rightfully ours.
And we can't even do anything about it because their defense is so good. Their business defense tactics.
I registered a complaint with the mayor himself. You know what he told me?
What did he tell
He
you?
told me I was racist. Can you believe that? Me?
Racist?
Racist?
Towards an American?
Towards an American. Of all the races, objectively, Americans are the best race. Why would I be racist against an American? That's unthinkable. It's unthinkable. We gotta do something, bud. We gotta do something quick. We gotta put together a scheme. We gotta get rid of these Chinese, which I cannot emphasize enough, are American Steelers from Pittsburgh.
Well, can you name one thing that they have that we need to steal in a certain way to make it our own?
Well, I'm not educated. You know I'm not the lawyerly type.
I know we've been just slacking around till they came around.
Let's tone down on that rhetoric, bud.
Okay,
Let's
all right.
tone down. We'll
All right.
pull back from that, and we'll say we had our own work ethic, and they came in with different standards. We're small business, and we're being threatened right now
Right, yeah.
by a large corporation. But what I know is they got that building. They poured a lot of resources into that building. They got a loan from the bank to build it. If we steal the deed from that building, we'll own it. We'll own the means of production.
Then we could use that building to kick them out back to Pittsburgh.
Exactly. Send those Chinese packing back to where they came from. Pittsburgh.
And then we can go about, bringing in some beers in there and be lazing around back to our old work ethic.
Yeah, our work ethic.
Yeah.
Which did involve a lot of beers and lazing. But I see a very bright future for us underneath this western sun.
A lot of hot, nice future.
And scene.
Great.
All right. So with that out of the way, it turns to you. It's your turn to decide whether you want a scene established for you. Oh, actually, I have to give this die away first. So the way the first round of Fiasco works, the first 2 rounds, when you receive a die, either positive or negative, you give it to somebody else at the table. I'm going to award this to my scene partner. You now have a positive die sitting in front of your character.
Thank you.
We'll get to what that means later, but for now, you have to decide whether you want a scene established for Bud or you have an idea for a scene that you want to set for Bud and another character.
Okay. I would like a scene established for Bud.
Okay, so Bud has one other major relationship, and that's with Dr. Dwayne. So I think we need to see those two together. Where would you guys like to see those two interact?
What's their relationship again?
Father and son.
Father and son.
I am Bud's father, but he has, for some reason, dropped the O off of his name.
Right.
Oof. Yeah, it's a rocky relationship right now.
Right. But you live in the same town,
We do.
so that's
I think
Interesting,
they
yeah.
live in the same house.
in the same house.
I think Bud has not moved out of the house.
Then this should be one of those like early morning, we're both
Oh.
getting up to go to work kind of
Got it.
scenes, situations.
Got it. Okay, so we're like making breakfast.
Yeah.
Or I'm making breakfast and you
Yeah.
come out of bed.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a thing you want to decide. How wealthy are you? Are you wealthy enough to have somebody who makes breakfast for you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Maid.
Totally, right?
Yeah. So you're there waiting for breakfast to be.
So I got
put out
I
for
got
you.
the paper open, and
Excellent.
I'm reading the business section.
Okay.
You know it's 9 a.m. It's pretty late. Pretty late to be getting up.
I'm sorry, Pops, but my shift doesn't start till 12, and I was actually grabbing some water before I go back for another nap.
I don't get these ranch hands these days. That's why those Pittsburgh Steelers are taking your jobs, you know. I heard them. They've been out there since the early morning.
Well, that's good for them. They have their business strategy. We have ours, Pops.
Doesn't sound much like a business strategy. Sleeping all day, drinking water, taking naps. It's not business.
Well, not in your mind. I'm trying to get away from that.
Get away from money. Get away from comfort. Get away from Suze, the maid.
Get away from differences in what we do.
Too much like your mother.
Please. Please don't bring up Mom, Pops. I cry every time you do.
You know, she didn't even tell me about you till you were 4 years old. I didn't know you existed. There you were, running around town with no shoes on. I could give you shoes.
Well, Pops, I've never heard that before. I think I'm gonna move out.
About time.
There's a reason I got rid of the old Franklin.
Yeah? Why? Because I spoil you too much?
'Cause you're an arsehole.
Excuse me?
I don't know, I'm pretty lazy in my excuses. It's the same as my work ethic.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If you ever lose that job, I can get you a job at the Bradford Hotel. But you're never moving back in here.
It says a lot, Pops. I'll grab my stuff.
See, right?
Yeah. Really tense as the maid slowly puts breakfast on the table.
Your eggs.
Well,
All right, Pat.
it was bound to happen. Well, we just saw Dwayne be a real jerk.
Yeah.
I would like to see Dr. Dwayne at work with Samantha.
Okay.
Be more charitable side.
Be a
Or at least in his element.
yeah, exactly. That's not the best snapshot of the man, I believe. So
All right. So, with that, I guess we will decide whether you want to have a scene established, or do you want one, or do you have an idea in mind? All right, is this?
I guess I was kind of established.
Yeah, that's already
right.
So yeah.
So yeah. So I would like to have a scene with Samantha. How about we are in the entryway of the Bradford Hotel?
Okay.
We're both walking in, and I know where I'm going, and you ask for directions.
Me. I ask for directions.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you're new,
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
new. I come in here. First patron, first time.
right?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
Hello there. You look lost.
Yeah, I just got to this town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, this place got the best beds in the entire town.
Yeah, it has that feel, of the kind of place I'm looking for.
Oh yeah. What kind of place are you looking for?
The kind of place with a happy ending.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
you're a doctor.
Yeah, I know a thing or two.
Do you do medicine or do you do teeth?
I specialize in the human body.
That sounds nice. So, what kind of packages do you offer here then? I'm also looking for a place to stay for a little bit before I get a more permanent residence.
Oh, I understand. Well, I'll tell you, I don't run the hotel, but I am run a little establishment in the billiard room.
Oh.
It's a parlor. It's bigger than a room. There's several rooms.
I'm glad I ran into you first.
Yeah.
You seem to know all of the ins and outs.
I do. I know this building very well. Very well.
All right.
I own a place that can take care of every need you have. If you're ever feeling lonely, or like you could use some companionship of any kind, with any type of person.
You don't have any kind of judgments towards things like that then?
Only people I judge are those without any money.
Oh, I have money.
Well, then I will never judge you for nothing.
All right. Well then, I want one of your special rooms.
Oh, you want to come with me right now?
Yes.
I mean, I'm just opening the place, but there should be a few folks there who suit your fancy.
I've been on the road for a while, so I'm really tired. So I'd like some company and then some sleep.
As we're walking up to the doorway, I pull out like this big ring of keys, and I'm like,
Ching, ching, ching.
and then and there's a couple young, attractive people hanging out by the door, and we're like greeting each other, like giving each other knowing looks, and I open it up. Come on in, make yourself comfortable.
Wow, I'm really surprised you don't own this place. All those people know you and...
Well, I own this business, but it's more of a subletting situation.
Oh. Well, I'm really in awe of you right now, and I'm really thankful. And my name's Samantha.
Ah, very nice to meet
And
you.
I'd really like to get to know you better in a friendly way. Friendly way.
Well, my companionship is not for sale, but
Right.
all of these lovely people's are.
Excellent. What's that one's name?
Emily.
She's for sale then.
Well, you can buy some of her time,
Yeah,
and she will
yeah.
happily.
And you're seriously okay with this?
I'm okay with
You're
everything.
not gonna say anything. They're not gonna say anything.
No, we keep it quiet around here.
Because that's a lot of people to know something. They might.
They know secrets a lot dirtier than yours, my
Great,
friend.
great. I love this place already. I'll take Emily
Okay.
for an hour,
All right.
and then I'll take a room for the night and the day.
Okay, I can't tell you the room.
Dang it!
That's a different clerk.
I need to go over there for a minute and get that room as well.
Sure, but
All right.
then you'll come right back.
Yeah, I will.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, what a great scene. Oh, I forgot. We have to have you assign the die that you received to somebody at the table.
So I have to assign it to someone else?
Anyone else. And then Pat will have to do the same thing.
All right. I will give this to my...
No.
So easy to do that.
And then I am digging Samantha, so you're gonna get a positive.
Thank you.
I'm gonna open that door.
People still making fun of me for my shirts. All right, so we're actually now on to your scene.
I think the last one, I'd like to have a scene between us.
Okay.
I don't think you know. I think it'll be like
Oh,
one of
definitely
those. Like,
don't. I can assure you this character is completely ignorant of
Yeah,
anything.
okay. So I think it'll just be one of those kind of surprise meetings at the bar.
Okay.
I'm sitting there enjoying the bar after sleeping.
I feel like the saloon is like attached to the
Saloon.
hotel.
Yeah, that's what I feel
Yeah.
like too. Yeah, so it's all right in there, and I'm just in there, and you come in there, whatever reason you have for going to the saloon at, I'm gonna say it's probably like, it was 10 a.m.
It was 10 a.m. when we had our little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you were planning to rob some stuff, so I'm gonna say maybe it's around noon now.
Okay, yeah.
Bud's just getting back on a shift.
Bud got up for some water at 9, had a meeting with me at 10, went back home to nap until 12 when his job starts. We don't know what that job is. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In the saloon, You see a man sitting by one of the tables who does not look to be particularly busy. He's like scanning the room, nursing a drink. It's like you said, around 12.
Yeah, like noon.
So there are a couple people in. You know, some folks having lunch.
Beating
But-
heat.
Yeah, there aren't too many people around.
All right.
Pardon me, I don't I don't think I've seen you around town here before, but
No, you haven't.
you look awfully familiar.
I just got here.
Just
few
got here and
hours
from
ago.
where?
The east.
Well, this is a mighty coincidence. I'm from the east.
No way.
Which state? Which territory are you from in the east?
Wow.
I'm from North Carolina.
Oh. Yeah, me too.
You're from North Carolina?
Yeah.
Get out of town. What
yes.
town you from?
A small one.
I'm from a small town in North Carolina too.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. You look familiar too.
Honest to God, I swear. What small town you from in North Carolina?
Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock? I'm from Rolling Rock.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. What school did you go to?
This is a lot of questions.
No, ma'am,
I'm just-
ma'am. If I'm making you in any way uncomfortable, you let me know. Bartender, please give this woman a drink. Put it on my tab. Do not talk to me about my tab. Just put it on.
Tab problems?
I don't have tab problems. You're talking to a fine, upstanding citizen. That is enough from you, bartender. Thank you very much.
No, you seem like, well, you're really happy,
Now that I'm
upbeat,
saying
and
this,
so-
you seem awfully familiar.
My name's Samantha. Do you recognize that name? Samantha Bell.
You wouldn't happen to be Samantha Bell, who has the same shade of blonde hair that I have in this here locket, Samantha Bell.
Alan.
Wouldn't happen to be the Samantha Bell that Alan Parsons used to
Well,
go around town with, Samantha Bell?
that's my new name. My old name was Jessica. And you're Alan. And we grew up together.
I'm sorry, I have so many of these lockets. I can't keep all the names straight. Jessica,
That
yes.
was my locket.
I did get the hair shade. Mighty perfect.
I did not expect you. See you here.
I did not expect to see you or anyone else from Rolling Rock ever again.
I have to leave now. I have to leave. I gotta get out of here.
Stay, please.
I can't have people knowing about me.
What? This is the West. No one knows anything about anyone. We're all
You
out
know all
here.
about me. We grew up
I
together.
know some about you. I know that you are one of the prettiest creatures that ever crawled out of North Carolina, and I know that you're one of the sweetest people that I ever went around town with back when I lived in Rolling Rock, and I know that you have just come to a strange town in the middle of the hottest part of Nevada, the worst state in the Union that I'm not even sure is a state right now.
It is hot. It's hot.
What you need is somebody to show you around town, help you get set up. Ask anybody around town. I'm a staple around
Alan,
here.
you were never a discreet child. You were always shouting, and I'm gonna marry Jessica. And like that was cute. You were cute. You're still cute.
I'm
Look at how
still
cute
very
you
cute.
are.
Thank
Look
you
at how
for
cute you are.
noticing.
But
How about that, Jessica?
Samantha, thank you.
Samantha,
Yes.
whatever name you want to go by
Let's
these
keep
days
that a
is
bit quiet.
fine by me, Samantha. How's about this? Tonight, I'll take you on a tour of the town. We'll go around. I'll introduce you to all the different movers and shakers around town. We can get you set up with a job of some sort. Yeah, figure it out. I mean, if it weren't for the darn Pittsburgh Steelers moving in here, taking most of the jobs. But we'll find something for you. I'll pull some strings. We'll get you set up. We'll talk about old times.
Okay, that sounds nice.
That
I'd like
sounds
to
nice.
talk quietly about old times. I'd like to talk.
Whatever volume you'd prefer.
Great. I met the doctor already. He seemed real nice.
Yeah, he's a character, isn't he?
Yeah, he's...
Yeah, don't spend. I wouldn't want someone with a gentle disposition like you ending up in the company of a gentleman like that. He runs some unsavory businesses.
Oh, I'm not going to end up in the company of gentlemen.
Not the sort of business that. Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. I wouldn't want you ending up in the company of any gentleman at all. So that's good. That's something we can agree on.
Yeah.
All right.
Great. All right. Well, then
I'll see you at 6 o'clock
6
tonight.
o'clock. I'll be at the front of the
At
hotel.
the front for the hotel?
Yeah.
I will
you can
meet you
me
there.
Okay.
Wonderful. Well, it's so nice running into you again.
I can't believe you still have that locket with my hair when I was 5 in it.
I never forget a promise. And with that, he walks out of the saloon.
That was awesome.
right.
So you got a positive die that you can hand out to anybody.
Cool. I liked that. I'm gonna give that to you.
Ooh, great.
I kind of feel bad for Alan right now.
Yeah, well, he's not a great person. He's gonna go steal something.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I only know his friendly side, so
Yeah.
and his kid side.
I feel, I was not a great kid, probably. I have a bunch of lockets full of hair.
Yes.
That's fucking weird.
And you've kept them
I've
this
kept
long.
them. And I keep them on my person.
Listen, yeah.
All of them.
You have like a trench coat full of lockets.
And who knows if you got the hair like me, like I gave it to you, or if you just cut it without them knowing.
Well, I feel like you must have known
I
something.
knew, but without the
because-
other lockets.
The other
it's
lockets, yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe you started a dangerous downward spiral.
For you.
No.
Every woman you've ever loved.
I feel like there are a lot of fingers in a lot of pots right now. Things are starting to cook up. I got to be in another scene, but I would like one established for me. Is anybody jumping to
I feel
get
like
something done?
robbing, like your robbing plan. That's
Yeah,
something.
are we jumping to the big Rob?
Big Rob would probably come after the tilt. I do think if we're gonna rob
Okay.
if we're gonna rob the Chinese placement company,
Right, yeah.
we need to case the joint.
So I wonder if you come talk to me. First of all, Samantha came and talked to me, and so maybe you're giving me a warning to stay away from her or something.
I think that's
Or you could be casing. You could be looking for the thing to rob as well, since I am associated with money.
I think I know. Okay.
Okay.
So I feel like, definitely going to talk to Dr. Dwayne O'Franklin. So let me try to understand your brothel a little bit.
Oh, sure.
You said
Is it confusing?
It's based in the billiard parlor.
Well, that's what it said in the book.
Yeah.
And so it's a billiard hall, I assume, with rooms that you can go off. into.
Okay, with rooms. I was hoping it was not an open air brothel.
No. But I see the way the game works is people come in and start playing around a pool, and a very attractive person, man or woman, depending, will come up and start talking to you and start playing a game with you, and use that as the way in.
All right, so you are in the billiard hall, like overlooking your empire, seeing people playing games of legitimate billiards, seeing people playing games of billiards that will lead to some illegitimate business for you. And Alan Parsons enters the room. His eyes scan around a little bit. He wrinkles his nose in disgust. Then he makes his way over to Dr. Dwayne O'Franklin. Well, Dr. Dwayne.
Alan,
How's business?
business going well. How's your business?
I wish I could say the same, but business is not going well.
Why not?
I think you know why.
Well, I know the Pittsburgh Steelers frequent this brothel quite a bit.
Yeah, they're throwing around that money, lining your pocket. Well, that's my money that they're lining your pockets with, Franklin.
Alan, I don't think you know how money works.
I know exactly how money works. There used to be 2 men in this community that did the farm handing, and I was one of them.
Yeah.
And now I'm one of 20.
Yep.
That means the money that used to go to me went to them. That's called economics. I learned that in the library.
Good job learning how to read.
I didn't come here just to complain to you, oh Franklin.
Well, were you looking for some companionship? I'm sure it's been a while.
I don't need any of your kind of companionship. I got irons in my own fires. I got lockets full of hair you wouldn't believe.
Oh dear, we'll talk about that later.
I came here for a business proposition, oh Franklin.
You know me, I'm always listening.
You control one flow of traffic, you have say over all sorts of people coming in here looking for companionship. But what you don't own is a term that your son taught me, and that's the means of production. You sit here waiting to catch a fly like a bullfrog on a lily pad, just hoping something will fly by.
They call that inbound marketing.
Yes,
I read about that in the library.
Well, you know what inbound marketing gets a frog? Dead. Frogs drying up all the time on lily pads. You don't see any frogs out here in Nevada, the worst state in the union.
When did we become a state?
I
Pretty
don't
recently,
know.
right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's.
Oh, I voted on that bill.
I also don't know what this, if Nevada was a slave state or not. But I feel like maybe they were because they're trash.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm pretty sure because it was west of the Mississippi.
Is that because it was
founded later.
Texas is definitely west of the Mississippi. If we're
but I don't
go into those particulars.
But Texas is completely different because Texas was owned was a part of
was
Mexico
added
and then it was
because of
independent.
California. You know what?
No, listen, we both need to go back to the library.
But
I'm pretty sure
this in the library.
I'm pretty sure a big part of what may or may not be the Civil War in the future was figuring out how to divide up the West, where we are right now.
That is a huge. Listen, I think you should control the means of production. And the means of production is lining the pockets of those workers. Now, you can't control the flow of cash right now. Those Chinese, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Chinese placement company, they control the flow of that cash. But what if I were to tell you there's a way that you could be a 25% owner of the new American placement company? That way, you'd be able to decide some of the wages for the farm hands, the prices that they charge when they go hand on a farm, when they go out for a hand job. You'd be able to decide how much money they take in, which decides how much extra money they have for other sorts of jobs.
Not interested.
Not interested? How can you not be interested? Don't you understand what this could mean to you? What it could mean to your son?
I understand it loud and clear. And your relationship with my son is the exact reason I'm not interested.
Well, I'm sorry that we can't do business. And instead of leaving you with a handshake, I gotta leave you with something else. Puts a bullet on the table. That's for you. You're gonna need it if you ever talk to Samantha Bell again. I know the type of man you are, oh Franklin. You're the type of man who'd seduce an innocent North Carolina girl out of a decent lot in life into whatever you got going on in here. And I won't stand for it.
I'll tell you this much, Alan. I can't stop her from talking to me.
But I can. You think that over, O'Franklin. You think that over. All right.
Hot stuff.
To my scene partner.
Oh no!
Actually, that's good.
Yeah.
The more same color dice you have, the better.
Oh, that's true. I'm liking Dr. Dwayne.
Yeah, Dr. Dwayne, the equal opportunity employer and discreet, very open about any sort of sexual orientation issues in the West. Great. Well, that's
Great.
me. So
Excellent.
we're moving on to Bud. What do we have in mind for Bud?
I do believe Bud stayed in the bar after our meeting. He would have gone home to nap. Unfortunately, he doesn't live there anymore. So I'm thinking he spots Samantha.
Ooh.
Yeah, and strolls over and has a little conversation room.
Conversation.
That's how the French talk.
All right.
It's when they make a thick conversation out of a milk sauce.
Oh, here comes another one.
People are going to like that pun in the future when they catch up with us. All right.
I like that we're getting Nevada State history in the chat right now. We don't need to go to the library.
When was it established? Now I know.
October 31st, 1864.
So theoretically, and also Nevada is Spanish for this place sucks.
What?
Yeah. I just
How?
Well, I do think, though, Nevada was still a territory, like, leading up to the war, so they couldn't have had slaves.
Great. Perfect.
Just FYI.
We don't have to deal with that.
There's a
Loving it.
library scene.
Okay.
All right.
Danced around the Chinese. We can dance around that too.
Oh, America.
Excuse me, miss. I saw you from the bar, and you actually remind me a lot of my mother.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird to say. I'm not your mother, that's for sure. Are you an orphan? That's not me. I'm too young.
No, I'm not saying you were my mother. I just need some comfort right now. May I
Wow, that's very forward, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm lazy in my slangs.
Everything you say makes me a little less interested in having this conversation with you.
Well, I'm just going to sit down anyways.
Free-ish country right now?
I take
in
it
some ways it's not.
So, have you ever been in my predicament? Seeing a familiar face?
Yeah?
Oh!
I saw one earlier today.
Did it remind you of your parents?
No, it was an old friend. But thanks for asking.
Oh, terrible conversation.
I can tell. Yeah.
It's really because, I don't put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah. You seem kind of like a useless sack of crap.
Oh, jeez. That's a good personal note.
It looks like you haven't bathed in months. And I think we're near a river. That's why I stopped here. That's why towns are built.
Well,
It's hot outside.
the rivers are closed at 12, and that's when my shift starts.
This is a strange town. Great. I'm gonna go over here and finish my drink.
Okay, well, I'll hold on to your rejection and never talk to a lady again.
I hope you find your mother in heaven. I didn't know
Is that a
she's.
threat?
No, I said it and then I felt bad because then I was like, maybe his mother's dead, and that's real mean to say. So
Yeah, that is mean to say. You better watch your back from now on.
Wow, this completely turned around on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being so rude. I haven't had much sleep at all yet, and I have a room and everything. I've just been kind of wired, after.
Yeah, that's a lazy excuse. Good day, ma'am.
Damn, he turned that around. He turned that negative ending around. I'll just change it out. I'll say, yeah, you know what? That was positive. So now you pick a person to give that die to.
Excellent. I will give it to you.
Ooh, okay. So now we move on to Pat. Pat, time for scene 2. Last scene before the tilt.
I know. I have an idea, but I also wouldn't mind someone setting the scene. I guess my idea is just like, would Samantha come back?
Would Samantha come back?
Would she come back in the same day? Probably not.
To the hotel?
to the brothel?
To the
To
brothel.
the brothel.
How about you guys set a scene?
Okay. So we got Dwayne Franklin.
I think you go out searching for Samantha.
I don't find Samantha
Yeah.
at the same bar you guys are at.
Which is attached to the hotel.
I don't go far.
I mean, River's closed. What else are you gonna do?
Okay, yeah. Okay. I like that. So you're in the corner drinking alone?
Yeah. Well, I moved. I'm I'm in the corner now.
Yeah.
I was in the
trying to
middle.
be low key?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ma'am.
Hello again. Oh,
Hello
a
again.
friendly face.
It's good to see you.
I met this other guy just a while ago. What a jerk.
His name wasn't Alan, was it?
No, I met him too. Wow. Small towns, I guess. Alan was, he was all right. No, this other guy, I didn't even get his name. Just told me he was lazy over and over and he stunk.
Oh, that sounds like my son.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I sure hope it wasn't. If it was, I'm gonna be real disappointed.
Came in here and said, hey, you look like my mom, and that. Ooh.
Oh no. I'm almost certain that was my son. Listen, his mother died years ago.
Oh, crap. I made that joke and then I felt bad because I thought she was dead. Turns out
Did
she
he start
was.
crying?
No, he didn't.
Oh wow, well he's making progress.
Oh, good for him.
Anywho, can I sit down?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you. How about I buy you a drink for your discretion?
Not necessary.
I'd like to. What do you drink?
Whiskey.
All right. Can I get a whiskey, please?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now let's get back to this Alan fella.
Okay.
Do you know him? He paid me a visit.
Okay.
It was quite creepy. He has locks of hair in his coat.
Locks?
Locks.
Plural?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, fine. We grew up together, and I gave him a lock of my hair in one singular locket when we were young. I mean, that was what that was. That was another locket. His more than one locket was hair.
I don't want to. That's not the point. That's neither here nor there. The guy's a weirdo.
Okay, yeah, that's weird.
Anyway, he paid me a very aggressive visit.
Oh my, well. Okay, I'm gonna just shoot and assume it was about me.
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting here.
Did he, threaten you with a gun?
A bullet.
Oh.
If he had a gun, it
Yeah,
would have been a lot more.
that would have been
It would
scarier,
have been a lot better.
I suppose the bullet's not
What's he
that
gonna do?
bad.
Throw it at me?
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm not scared of the likes of Alan. Not by any means. But what I am worried about is you, Samantha.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Alan's not known for his discretion.
No, I know. Ugh, when we were kids, he would just run around screaming everything. I could never tell him secrets. His mom would know. Everybody would know. The whole town would know.
That's my point.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell him anything about me staying here.
Oh, I never will.
Thank you.
But I would recommend you keep your distance.
Oh. I'm supposed to meet him tonight at 7. What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to show me around town, show me the sights. What would you recommend? I feel like I can trust you.
Did you already commit?
I said I'd be at the front lobby at 7. And I'm not the type to go back on my word. And
No, and that would look suspicious.
it would look suspicious. Especially if he has, well, I don't know if he has a gun, but he has bullets.
Yeah. One less than he used to.
Yeah, but he might have more where that came from.
I assume
Okay.
it was a weird threat.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll throw a locket at me. Listen, I'm not scared of the man.
Well, yeah.
My point is this. I recommend you go out, get yourself one drink with the man,
Okay.
say you're feeling ill,
I can do that.
and get out of there.
Lady problems work every time on men.
They
don't
do.
even want to hear about what that's all.
I already want to stop listening,
Oh,
and I
great.
know you're making them up.
You're funny. I like you. All right. Okay. I'll be careful. One drink, I'll be sick.
All right.
I'll come back.
All right, ma'am.
Thanks for looking out for me.
I got your back. Like, tilt my hat.
Tell your son he's weird.
He's weird. He's weird and not that scary. But be careful. This town is. It's Nevada. Okay, cool.
Perfect, yeah.
Cool.
All right, who are you going to give your die to?
My deadbeat son.
Things not looking good. All right, would you like to have a scene established for you, or would you like to establish a scene?
I'd like a scene established for me. Does that mean I choose my own dice then?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think the scene that I am going to establish is the one that we've been talking about, the meeting
meeting.
tonight.
Yes.
At 8 or 6.
Seven.
Six.
What? Hey,
Whatever.
who knows details? I don't pay attention.
I don't
to those.
understand how they kept track of time back in the West anyway.
I don't know how people role played before they had a channel that would viciously correct them every time they made a mistake.
What is it? Have somebody already corrected?
No, not yet.
All right.
Not yet. But yeah, I think I'm there for the meeting. I am wearing the fanciest clothes. I've got my bolo tie. I've got a shirt that's recently been cleaned. I've got a vest, and I've got a cactus flower pinned to it, dolled up real fancy. He's standing out there with his hat and his hands just like sort of nervously looking around, waiting for you to make your appearance.
Okay. I apologize to any fashion gurus out there. I don't know Western fashions, but
Make him up.
I'm gonna.
Make him weird.
I'm gonna.
So you come out in a ring dress, like from the
Yeah.
Jetsons.
I wanted like one of those dresses where it's like it has the choker collar and then it's like the lace that's like see-through up here, but it's like just comes around like that and goes all the way down because got to be modest in this kind of time for a woman or dress modestly. So it's like a dress. It's nice and like form-fitting and kind of poofs out a little bit. And yeah, it's got the choker with the lace and it's like a deep red, like a crimson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
And I come down.
2 questions from the chat we have to address. Are you wearing your best locket? And do you have a gun?
West always have a gun.
Yeah.
Always have a gun. And yes, I am wearing the locket in question, the one of many. Also, want to point out, lockets with hair, not at all weird. Actually, what they did instead of photographs back at that time.
Did they really?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
If you were to get a remembrance of somebody, whether it, like commonly, like if you're going to war, somebody would give you a locket of their hair, but like it's sort of a way to think about somebody when they're not around.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good thing we have Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a lot weirder. It could be hairstagram.
Just shots of like
Just
one line hair.
lockets
Okay.
of hair.
Now that will
Great.
become an app someone will make.
Well, my word, Samantha Bell.
Alan.
If I may say, you are even lovelier than when I saw you earlier today.
Thanks. This is my best dress. The only one I packed from back home.
Well, I'm so glad that you packed your best dress to go see our fine little town. I don't think it's quite worthy of a dress that fine, but I'm sure we'll try to have some fun with it.
All right.
The first place that we're going to get a really detailed and specific look at is that Chinese placement company.
Oh, okay. I notice a real tone in your voice there, so I'm assuming it's bad.
You didn't happen on your way out to the west, pass through Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, those snakes. They'll rob you for every dime you had. When I was heading west, I slept one night in Pittsburgh. I woke up without shoes, and I'm lucky to have all my teeth.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right. All in the past. I'm in Nevada now, the worst state in the union, but I'm
So
making
hot.
do with it. I'm making do with it, and you know what? I've come to love our little slice of hell. That's the town name that we're in now, Hell, Nevada.
Oh.
This is the newest and most impressive building in town. They made it 2 stories.
Oh, I like that fancy lettering.
Yeah. Look at that lettering. You know, they
don't like
stole
it.
that from the Ming Dynasty.
Oh, they steal everything.
Someone in the Ming Dynasty worked their whole life to come up with that font. And here come the Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they take it for themselves.
Oh, Alan, I'm so hot right now. We should go get a drink.
No. I want you to appreciate the architecture, and 4 eyes are better than 2 for this sort of thing. You notice any structural flaws or weaknesses, maybe unguarded, unseen entrances, exits? I'm just thinking of, if someone were to go in there and want to get out real quick, how would you go about doing that?
I mean, I suppose the second floor windows don't look that well barred up.
Yeah.
But you'd have to get up to that tiny balcony. It's a very thin balcony. You'd have to get up there somehow.
And you'd need a very thin, weaselly man to do it.
I suppose.
Why, Samantha Bell, I don't recall you being a genius, but you appear to be of genius intellect as well as...
Why don't we go celebrate?
We should go celebrate somewhere.
The salute.
I want to celebrate. I truly do. It's just so hard thinking of those bourgeoisie Pennsylvania snakes coming in here, taking our jobs.
You really hate them.
No, it's folks like them and Dwayne O. Franklin.
Are you on hard times, Alan?
I've come into hard times recently. I have.
I have a lot of money. And I don't want to. I want to give you something for.
Say no more of that. I'm an American man. I want to make my own money. You've been so charitable to me in the past, and you've been so charitable to me now, offering your friendship. I want to do something for you. I really feel that I do. You know what sort of class we're in?
Like class system, you mean?
Class system, exactly. We're what's called the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
We're people. That's a French word I learnt in a book in the library.
There's a library here. Oh, can we go there?
Yeah, we're no, wait a minute. We're the proletariat. That's what I meant. Yep. We're the proletariat.
I was gonna say, I thought we
and
were lower
Dwayne O.
middle
Franklin is the bourgeoisie.
Hey, I don't want to hear anything bad about Mr. O'Franklin.
The last 3 girls who came into town worked in his business, which I don't even want to name, but they came down with a terrible case of syphilis, and they died within the year.
Okay, that's disturbing.
He's built his business on the backs of their bones, and I can't stand for it.
at least he's offering jobs to women. Do you know how hard it is to make money as a single woman?
It is hard to make money as a single woman, and I appreciate that, but that doesn't mean that you need to risk their lives with the demon syphilis running about, crawling into people's brains, making them sweat, other symptoms of syphilis.
I'm gonna buy you a drink. You're agitated. Let's go. And then after that drink, you can show me the library, please.
Well, all right. Well, all right, Miss Samantha Bell.
And this weird stop we did?
Well, this is the placement company. Now, if you
This
were
is-
looking for legitimate business, you might want to look for a job there, either as
Really?
a seamstress
Oh.
or I'm not sure what particular talents you have, but
I'm really strong.
you're a strong woman.
Yeah, man, don't believe I can lift things, so it's hard to get work like that.
Well,
And that's why I was gonna ask Dr. Franklin tomorrow, but
now look, strength carries someone pretty far in life, but there ain't no strength against the demon syphilis. Let me tell you that right now.
hey, but now you're just playing with me, I think. And I think that's cute.
Let's
just
go.
like old times.
Let's go get that
Let's go
drink.
get that drink. Just
Talk
like
of old times. Forget this.
Yeah.
What do you know about farm handing? And he scene.
To give this to somebody now?
Yeah.
Poor Dr. Dwayne.
It's because I like you. I want
Thank
to give
you.
you things, but now
It's all good.
So hey, yeah, the more messed up it gets, the more fun it is.
Yeah.
So we're about to head into the tilt.
Wait, don't we have one more? It's yours
Oh, wait.
now. Wasn't that just
No.
Samantha's?
No, I started and Samantha ended. So
No, so we're good.
it was
Yeah.
mine, but I was like, we kind of
Yeah.
did it together.
everybody's
Got it.
done two
Yep.
scenes.
Yep.
Got it.
So now we're heading into the tilt. I want to just take a quick minute to use the restroom. So channel, hang around. We'll
be right back.
Right back.
We can catch you up on the story. I know there's a few people asking
just
about
joined
the
us,
story. Yeah, if you need,
Yep.
there are 2 restrooms if 2 people need to go at the same time.
Sweet.
So to catch you up, what's happened so far? Let's see. So much has happened. Yeah, please. All right, bud. It looks like it's us. So let's talk about Bud Franklin and Dr. Dwayne O. Franklin. I am Bud's father. He is estranged. That would be, I guess, a little too strong of a word. He's still living with me, but he's on his way out. We're not happy with one another. Also, we haven't explained why yet, but your mother passed away.
Yeah.
So I'm the only family you got.
Yeah, unknown reasons, and I totally have it against you that you are a full capitalist.
Yeah, you don't like my capitalist ways. No.
And I mean, I just haven't gotten that off my chest, and I think our relationship is more confusion rather than intensity.
I would agree, because at one point I think I introduced that I didn't know you for your first several years of life.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't think Bud and Dwayne ever really had a relationship until you were practically an adult.
Yeah.
Or at least not nothing close until relatively recently when your mother must have passed. Okay, Alan, who is played by the one and only James D'Amato, he is working with Bud Franklin, and they are really upset that they're losing their jobs to a new company that has moved into town.
From Pittsburgh.
From Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who frequent the brothels. I was proud of that joke. Any football fans out there, I hope you liked it as well.
They have their company name is Chinese. And
Yeah,
that's an
which is an acronym.
for something.
Yep. You guys are coming up with a harebrained scheme to rob them.
Yeah, we need their deed to take their building so they can go back to Pittsburgh
Yes.
and we can laze about and drink beer.
Yes. So you're looking to rob them so you can keep your lazy ways a-going.
Our work ethic, yes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Alan and Samantha, who is returning right now, have an old flame, I guess. Back when they were children, you guys dated.
I think it was one of those like one-sided kind of like.
Well, Alan
trying.
definitely is
Yeah.
into Samantha.
I think I was like trying out men maybe back then, like, oh, this might be a thing.
Yeah.
And we were friends, and it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it was, well, he's a friend. It's a safe way to try. And then, you realize you don't like.
Well, I would say that speaks to most young
Yeah,
relationships,
yeah,
right? You're like, this person is a kind of person, and we
Yeah.
get along.
And it'll be safe.
It would be safe and
Ish.
good. Yeah.
Seems he's kind of changed.
It does seem he's kind of changed, but you don't
don't
really know much
No.
about it. All right, I'll drop off on my plot synopsis here and go use the restroom if you guys want to pick it up.
All right.
All right, so I just met Bud and think he's a lazy piece of crap.
Oh man.
So
And that distaste for Bud is instant. Instant distaste for Bud.
yeah.
I got pretty salty over that fact.
Well, it was like I'm sitting in the bar and like every dude in town has to come over here and like you were just the last one in line, so I was just sick of it by then. So I was, and then also you smelled bad because you're so lazy.
I mean, the river closes
Yeah,
at 12.
I know.
Right when my shift starts.
Right?
So.
And since you don't wake up before then to go have a bath.
Well, only for water.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that. Yeah. Goes to the river, gets a water to drink, comes back. So that's the only kind of real thing I know about Bud because we just met. Well, I know that you're his son now.
Yeah.
because
Yes.
I talked to Dr. Franklin.
I'm O. Franklin.
Dr. O. Franklin.
Yes,
I didn't know that your name was. I don't know you have that name.
Yeah,
thing
you don't
going
know my
on.
name yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a very trusting relationship with Dr. O. Franklin because he welcomed me in and offered me discretion when I asked for a private room with a woman. And I like him a lot. He's super cool, and I will defend him, I think. And then now we have our relationship.
Our weird, friendly relationship.
Where
I take you on a date, kid, go case a place that I'm going to rob.
which I have no idea about because
yeah.
I don't think you were like that when we were kids. Like you weren't like stealing things. I feel.
No.
You were a good kid.
I think as a kid, Alan probably had a weird sense of justice.
Yeah.
And that's carried through to him being an adult. And it's definitely made that impression on him as he badly misunderstands communist propaganda
Yeah.
that he's read in the library.
Yeah. So we're just going on a date. Who knows if I will. I don't know if I'll follow the advice of the doctor or not. We'll see.
Right, and we had a tense scene between Alan and the doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I threatened him.
Yeah. Basically, he threatened to kill me with
Yeah.
a single bullet.
I gave you a bullet to defend yourself with.
Oh!
Yeah.
Dr. Dwayne did not pick that up.
Oh boy.
Now he does. He's sitting in his bedroom right now and goes, "Oh, I should put this in my gun." That's what he was saying.
He's just holding it like, when's he gonna take this back from me and kill me? With
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he's going to have to take it from me, so there's really no danger.
This is so much work for him. Why did he make it so hard on himself? He could have just put this in the gun. Wait a minute.
Where is the book? Because we now need to pull up the tilt table.
Oh,
Whoops.
we put it somewhere.
We've got 2 copies of that book.
Oh, it's underneath your chair.
Oh, there it is. All right, we are to the tilt.
Yeah.
Now, if an animal gets let loose, this is like the 7th time I've played this game.
Dude,
and
every
an animal
single time
gets let
it-
loose.
Every time I've
Pursued
played.
by bear. I made a Shakespeare joke. Nerf.
It's okay, I made a Pittsburgh Steeler joke.
Yeah, that was awesome. No, the best part was when you guys just like started talking American history. Just like, no.
Well, we're trying to remember it.
Me as a Canadian, I'm
Yeah,
just like,
we're just like,
yeah.
Did Canada ever have slavery? Is that like
we were pretty mean to the Aboriginal people.
Yeah,
and the
during
Chinese.
the fur trade, essentially they had to get a lot of fur.
cheaply. Yeah, understood.
We kind of
Yeah.
enslaved them and put them in residential schools and made them become. Tried to make them be like.
Imperialism,
Yeah.
not fun. Not a
No.
fun
No,
thing to
it's
have in
not,
your
no.
history.
No.
On any side. It's not fun. All right, so now we are going to roll for the tilt. The way this works, everybody will roll the dice that they have in front of them. The person with the highest blue result and the person with the highest red result will pick different aspects of the tilt. Okay. So, I got a 9 blue.
5 each.
You got 0 because they cancel each other
Oh
out.
no!
So did I get a 2?
Yeah, you got the highest red result, which is 2.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you're gonna pick 2 of your dice.
Doesn't matter which ones.
Doesn't matter which ones. Those will be, we'll roll again. We'll roll again.
Oh shit. Did I do that wrong? Okay. 8.
You're fine. So it's it's 5 and 3.
Oh, 2.
And 1 and 5. So those are the numbers that we're going to be using to decide tilt elements.
Got it. Cool.
And Pat, why don't you start us off? Why don't you choose a broad category? And I'll fill this dead air.
Sorry, I'm reading.
I looked at the book.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Alex DeMille reminds us of Chinese forced labor. So yeah, that's a thing that hey, both
had
our
that. We
countries
had that.
have that
Yeah.
tragic tradition.
Yeah.
That's why we're skirting the. Anyway.
The Chinese built our railroad.
Hey, they did. They built ours too.
Yeah, we made them.
Okay, I am gonna go with paranoia.
Paranoia.
Use that 5.
Ooh.
Do I put this just in the middle?
Yeah. Just put that one back in the middle. And also we need to keep the dice that we had in front of us too. So remember which ones you had. And let's see, these are the dice that we're choosing from. I don't want double paranoia, so I've got a 1 and a 3. I could go with mayhem, which kind of want to do that. Yeah, mayhem. So mayhem it is. We've got a 5 and a 3 left, Pat.
So do I pick the one for mayhem?
You can define either one.
I would like to do that since you picked it.
Can you grab one of those cards that we didn't end up using?
Yes. No.
No.
Where did it? Oh. Boom.
So we've got mayhem. What was the other one?
Paranoia.
Paranoia.
Okay.
And then I'm going to define mayhem. I got a 5 or a 3. I'm not going to go with 3 because that's the animal.
Oh man.
It's like, if this happens again.
No, we can't. We
5,
can't.
cold-blooded score settling, which I kind of love.
What's built into the story?
I love that one. All right, and then if you want to define,
Well,
is it
I've
wild?
got a wild now.
Cool.
So for paranoia, let's see. I'll just read these choices aloud so the audience can be in on this decision. We've got 1, a stranger arrives to settle a score. 2, what seems like dumb luck isn't, things are afoot. 3, people cross paths and everything changes. 4, a sudden reversal of status, fortune, or sympathy. 5, the thing you stole has been stolen. Kind of want to go with that one. And 6, someone is watching and waiting for their moment. I go with 5, the thing that we're stealing has been stolen.
That's so perfect.
Yeah.
This game, that's what I love about the mechanics
Yeah.
of this game, is that like you could seriously write a script after playing this game because it just flows so well.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay, so I had
2 reds and a blue.
I had 2 reds and a blue. You had 2 blues.
I had 1 blue. I only had 1. He had 2.
You had 2 blues.
Yeah.
Where
So
did
I've
this
got
one
him.
come
I've
from?
got him.
This just came from
That just came from probably
nowhere?
the pile.
And you're good?
blue.
All right.
All right, so these tilt elements, what the tilt does is sort of sets things ablaze to explode. Nobody in particular has to take responsibility for either of the tilt elements, but like we're encouraged to weave them into the story that we're telling. Like, I really think probably the next scene that I will establish is going to be you and me trying to get you into the second story of that building, only to find that the deed has already been stolen, and it's not in there. Let's see here. Okay, so I really wish I wasn't the first scene going, so that I'll write this later. Okay.
What it is.
Yeah, I think establishing that scene, we are, right now, it's the dead of night. I'm going to say it is
How ominous.
1 a.m., pitch black. We are lurking around, like we got lanterns up. We're meeting there. So we're not together yet.
Okay.
But I've got a dim lantern, very close by the Chinese placement company, run by those Pittsburgh Steelers, waiting for you to arrive so that we can enact our plan. I probably made you bring the ladder. So with that, now where is that son of a gun? Bud, you out there?
Alan,
Just don't say my name, Bud.
well, you just said my name.
That's immaterial, Bud. That's immaterial. Did you bring the ladder?
It's right here, bud.
All right, no. That's your name. That's your name. No,
need
what
the ladder,
sense
bud.
is there? I'm telling you not to use my name, but don't go using your name when you're meaning me. Goodness, Bud, we have a lot to work on. Now, is that ladder 15 feet like I asked for?
It's 24.
All right, you're going above and beyond, Bud. I appreciate that. We are going to overshoot the window somewhat, but that's just fine. Where did you find a 24-foot ladder?
Well, I figured 15 ain't enough in some cases, so I invented this doohickey.
Wait a minute. We are not using one of your inventions.
Oh, come on.
How does the doohickey work, Bud?
Well, I took some spare hay from our area,
I'm not liking how this starts, Bud.
put some mud in it, and water, and made it hard
wait.
it up.
You hearted it up with water? Wait a minute. Where did you get the water? The river closes at 12. You never wake up before 12.
Well, the bar, okay. All right. I admit it. I made the rumor around town that the river closes at 12, so I don't have to shower.
I gotta say, I can't believe that worked. A lot of things are starting to make sense. It does. It's nice that my view of the river isn't crowded up by all those people being around at 12. So, you know what? I'm gonna say fair on that. But you're climbing that ladder anyway. My body isn't narrow enough to stand on that ledge up there that you're gonna need to get into that second story window. But do you understand the plan?
Alan, oh, sorry. Yes, I'm going to get in there, second floor,
Second floor.
wiggle on in there,
Wiggle in, shimmy in.
Jimmy. Get the blueprints from the safe.
Get the deed from the safe. We're not going to build our own building that's exactly like theirs.
Oh, right, sorry, Alan.
The deed. The deed. If we have the deed, we can prove that we own that building.
All right, okay, so I'm going to head up there now that I know the plan fully.
What do you do when you get the deed?
I'll bring it down here.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, I just want to make sure that part was clear, seeing as how we were stealing blueprints not 2 seconds ago.
But there is option B.
What's option B?
I could rip it.
tear up the deed?
so that the area goes back to the city.
And let that bourgeoisie mayor have it? You know he's in O'Franklin's pocket.
Oh no, I think I may have persuaded him towards another way than capitalism.
But you haven't persuaded anything.
I persuaded this ladder to go up 9 more feet.
Well, that remains to be seen. It hasn't had the weight of a human on it.
Alright, so I think there's one more thing left to do. I just gotta see if this my invention works.
All right, let's see if this invention works.
Shimmy on in, I'll shout from you to see you.
Shimmy on up there, bud.
Alright, here I go. 14 feet later.
Yeah.
Mom, I know you're watching me.
Are you praying on our caper? This is our time. This isn't God's time. That's on Sunday.
Right, that's tomorrow.
Save that for the Sabbath.
Here we go. Feels nice and dry. It's leaning over a bit, but
I'm holding the bottom, but it's like a noodle up there. It's just waving around. Get in there. Just get in there. Don't stay on the ladder. It's not safe.
Okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh!
Okay.
Okay.
I'm holding the bottom part of a ladder. It looks like there's a solid 10-foot ladder underneath this hay and mud monstrosity that you constructed. So you got a 5-foot drop onto the top of the ladder on your way back. But get that deed.
Okay, I'm gonna shimmy on in right now.
Shimmy in.
Shimmy on.
Suck in your gut, bud.
Okay. All right.
So Bud enters the office area of the Chinese placement company. There are lots of papers all over the desk. There are a few filing cabinets.
Couple footballs.
Yeah, a strange oblong ball.
Ming vase
Ming vase.
Yeah.
in the corner.
Okay. Here we go. Going in. Bunch of documents on the table. Any one of these could be the blueprints. Well, okay. Shuffle on through them.
They all appear to be applications for work, like listings of people's special skills and whatnot.
Oh my goodness. They've all been going to the brothel. Well, I'll save that for later. Sorry, the information you were looking for is gone.
Bud, what nonsense are you mumbling to yourself?
Sorry, I got this note here signed by a mysterious signature. That's his signature.
He signed it mysterious signature?
Yes.
What does it say?
It says the information you're looking for is not here.
What in tarnation could that mean? Who's it addressed to? You're probably reading someone else's mail.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it was towards us. Who have you been talking to?
I ain't been talking to no one, but I'm not the person who goes around town and tries to speak to strangers.
Hey, no, I know you, all right? And I know you are keen to women. Is there any... Oh...
Now I might be keen to women folk. That's because women folk have been so keen to me. You've seen my collection of hair lockets. You know I'm a very romantic soul, and yes, I've spoken to women, but mostly about the virtues of the proletariat class and the sins of the bourgeoisie, and of course the demon syphilis.
Okay. So what you're saying is I should probably look harder.
Well, I'm saying, is there an address on that note, bud?
I'll toss it down.
What? It's not gonna fly straight down. Hell, 10 feet over that way. Let me go get it.
All the river's in that direction.
Now wait a minute. This is addressed to Alan Parsons. It's addressed to Alan Parsons.
No way. How could I not read that?
Bud, I don't know. And it was signed Dr. Dwayne O. Franklin.
Where's it on the
It's
same
not
side?
signed mysterious signature. That's your father's signature, Bud.
Oh, goodness.
He snaked me. He snaked my own plan right out from under me. That bourgeoisie son of a gun. Oh, I'm gonna get him.
Scene?
Yes.
Scene. Also, Mishi, great joke. 404, deed not found. Oh my gosh.
So I think that went negatively.
Oh, were we supposed to vote?
You were.
I gave you bad. I thought at this point you didn't. I need to read rules before we play games.
Yeah, it is still the if somebody establishes a scene, the rest of the people decide how to end it, and vice versa. However, in this one, when you receive a die, it does not go out to another person. You're stuck with it. So I have this negative die.
If it helps, I was gonna give you a red one.
Hey,
way
perfect.
earlier.
Hey,
way
Yeah,
earlier.
my bad. She's like, do I give one? I'm like, no, not at this point.
It's like, I wonder how long we can stretch out this scene.
Sorry, that's my bad. My bad.
All right. Hey. But you're up. Do you want a scene established for you, or would you like to establish your own?
I would like a scene established for me.
Okay. So, I think the most logical step would be to have you confront your father in some way.
Yes.
Like a social confrontation instead of a violent one.
All right.
Okay.
So you think I head to the brothel? I should head to the brothel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at this hour, the brothel is hopping. It is crowded. There's people everywhere. It is like the place to be. There's like a burlesque show going on. You know, like an old Doris Day movie. Anybody here watch Doris Day movies back in? I used to watch Doris Day movies. It's a little bit about me. But, you know, she used to do these westerns.
Pat O'Rourke, big fan of Doris Day. You know what that means.
I like old movies. Anyway, but you know, they'd be these like like a big party. It's really happening.
All right. Pops, I need to talk to you.
But never expected to see you here. Looking for a job?
I'm looking for reconciliation.
You in debt? I think that's a debtor's term.
Oh, I'm looking to patch up our relationship.
All right. How so?
I just want to lay it all on the table. You were never there for me. And I always needed a father figure. That's why I hang out with Alan so much.
Alan's a father figure to you? Alan Parsons is a father figure to you?
I mean, he corrects me when I'm wrong. All you do is shove me away. And he's there for me when I need him. And you're just here all the time. I have to come to you. You never come to me.
I blame your mother. It's her fault. I didn't know you existed. And by the time I did, well, you were just too old. I felt like it's the old West. People die young. I figured it's time for you to be a man. And I've been trying to treat you like a man since I met you. But you're just a boy. You're just a tall, hairy boy. Now, I've taken care of you. I let you in my house. Sue's made you breakfast.
Yeah, I felt like a prisoner in there. I felt like everything you're standing for kept me down.
Are you talking about that socialist mumbo jumbo again?
Yeah.
Now, bud, something you gotta understand is I have benefited greatly from capitalism. Greatly. The last thing I want is for that to go away. I am in the upper class. I will protect it at all costs.
It's not about you in this world. It's about everyone. Dad.
Now, I want to point out to you, as this scene is going on, we're just taking a quick pause, you can decide the outcome for yourself, whether it's positive or negative. And that'll give you your cue. But please, continue.
This is the Wild Wild West.
We roll into the Wild Wild West.
You gotta watch out for yourself. It's all we got out here, son. Before I owned this place, I was a mere dishwasher. Now look at me. I own a brothel in a billiard parlor.
You know what, Pops? I think you're right. I think you're right so much so that I don't belong here.
What?
Goodbye, Dad.
You're leaving? You're leaving hell altogether?
I'm leaving. And I ain't ever coming back.
Wait. I can give you a job.
I can give you a son.
So you're staying? No, you're gonna go be a man?
Goodbye, Dad.
Where did he end up?
Wait a minute. Is he coming back?
He sort of lost his nerve at the end.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that's a negative outcome. This is going to be a messy ending for us so far. Okay, Pat, scene established for you, or would you like to establish a scene?
I want to establish a scene.
All right.
I think I would like to meet with Samantha again.
Okay.
Where is Samantha right now?
Oh, it's like 1 a.m.
It's late, yeah.
I'm probably.
Is it still 1 a.m.? Wait a minute. I figured that he went to you in the morning.
Oh, no, I was thinking it was late night, like
that
parties.
night?
There was like
Right.
the
It was a
burlesque
Doris
show.
Day movie.
The burlesque show is happening.
Okay.
I feel like I'm probably watching that.
So you're at the bar,
Watching
or
the
at the
burlesque show.
billiard parlor.
Yeah, watching the show.
Hooting and hollering.
Hooting and hollering, have a
Yeah.
good time.
Well, all my interests lie there right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
Are you alone?
Yeah.
Okay. I come up and I join you at the table.
All right.
I sit down and I slide you an envelope.
Oh, this entertainment you're providing, Mr. Franklin. Doctor.
And Franklin's my son's name. I'm O. Franklin.
Dr. O. Franklin.
It's all right.
I'm sorry I've had some wine.
It's all right. Well, it's a good day to celebrate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these women are nice.
they are. They're the
Yes.
prettiest in town.
Oh, you know, if there's anything I can ever do for you, you need bodyguard, you need somebody to lift your shipments into you, or you need worker, I'm all about it.
I don't need anything. I just need you to open this envelope.
Oh, how nice.
She uses her titanic strength.
Oh, I ripped it.
It's all right. Well, wait a minute. You ripped what was inside the envelope or the
Yeah.
envelope?
I ripped
No, wait, hold on. No, it's okay. It's still in one piece. It's like a dollar bill. If you got at least 51% of it, it's all good.
Right.
It's a deed.
Oh wow.
I want you to own the new business in town.
Wow. I'm gonna be real honest with you right now. I can't read.
Oh. Well, that's going to
I'm
make this
sorry.
job difficult.
Would you teach me how to read?
I don't got much time to teach you nothing.
All right.
See, I got syphilis.
What?
Or I would have kept that deed for myself if I.
You have the crazy disease? Are you at the end of it? Are you gonna?
No, I'm still pretty early, I think.
Great. I don't
know if me giving you this deed infers that I'm crazy, but I have no need for
I
it.
know those symbols.
I was
That's the deed to that place that I was with Alan at today. He asked me about the windows.
Oh, boy, yeah.
He was telling me about, he was looking at it for weaknesses.
I know.
How do you know?
I know everything that happens in this town.
Oh, you're so smart.
Now, I was going to give this to my son, Bud, help him get ahead, but he skedoodled out of town.
You know what?
So I want you to have it.
You know what? You're like the father I never had.
Oh.
Can I just say that?
That touches me in ways you don't even know.
And if you want a daughter to replace your son, who I never met you both together, but I'm pretty sure it was that real piece of work.
Sounds like it to
that,
me, too. Yep.
Stinking up the place.
Yep.
Just horrible at talking.
Every adjective you use
Yeah.
makes me more convinced it was him.
Yeah. So, I'll be your new son. I'll even change my last name. I'm not that attached to Belle anyway. If you want to adopt me,
I mean, I appreciate it, but it's going to be quite the burden once my syphilis really kicks in.
I mean, it'll just be like I'll be your heir.
Oh, sure.
All right, great. This is
It's for you.
this is a real gift. This is a way for me to support myself.
I figure you can make a home in this town.
I could if people didn't know about me. But there's someone that knows about me. That knows about my past.
Who knows about you?
Alan. I don't think I want anyone to know about me and my past. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm thinking arrangements can be made.
But he's so sweet.
You don't know Alan very well. We're talking about Alan Parsons. That man ruined my son's life. I don't have any problems ruining his.
Can it be painless?
I don't know. I've only got this one bullet.
You a member of the higher class and you don't have more than one bullet to protect yourself.
I've only got one bullet for Alan.
Oh,
The rest of mine I'm saving for more important
other
people.
things, right?
Yeah.
And maybe yourself if the syphilis takes over.
Well, could you do it?
I could.
Okay, good.
I'd be more than happy.
You're gonna be a great, great
Daughter.
daughter.
Yeah, I will take care of you. And when you start screaming and running around, I'll shoot you.
Just keep me surrounded by my girls
Of course.
as long as possible.
Of course. I want to be surrounded by those girls too.
We got a lot in common.
We do.
You're a lot better than Bud.
I know.
This is really working out.
Just from meeting him once, I know how much
he
better
stinks
I am.
and
I
he's
know.
stupid.
Well, should we order some drinks and should we make a toast
A toast.
to partnership?
The end of someone's time and the beginning of ours.
To family.
No, that's better.
To killing people and profiting from their deaths. To family. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right. So that was a positive die for Pat.
Thank you. And thank you, Punquility.
Yeah, Punquility.
What did they give the dice?
They said that was well played by Pat. Okay, so what scene do you want?
I know, after that one.
I feel like we could go straight to
some kind of a murdering you scene or
Well-
attempting.
This scene has to involve you. You
Yeah.
got one more scene before that.
Oh, I do have one more scene.
Yeah, so you
before
can
all of that
establish
happens.
or
I'll just somebody make one for me.
Okay.
okay. What are we thinking, guys?
Alright, I'm thinking.
Does she bump into Bud?
I was
I mean, she is essentially Bud's replacement.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that could happen.
I like that.
Bump up bump into each other at the river.
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
It's 11 o'clock, 11:30.
We're all over the place. Yeah, we're all over the place with time. Is it
the next day.
morning? Okay,
It's
next
the
morning.
next day.
Okay.
It's crazy that all of that happened last night. Crazy.
Agreed.
Crazy.
Alright, yeah, Bud is just standing at the river and he's about to leave when he bumps into Samantha.
Yeah, I'm carrying like a towel because I was planning on doing some bathing. So.
River closes in 30 minutes. River closes in 30 minutes.
It's barely enough time, but I'll do it. I'll make it. Oh,
Hi, here for.
I'll just go. I could go further downstream.
It's cool if.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you Dr. O. Franklin's son?
Yes, I never gave you my name. I'm Bud Franklin.
You're not Bud O. Franklin?
No, I took the O out because I was quite disappointed in my papa.
Well, that seems like something I am unable to believe or agree with, so.
You know?
Of course I know the doctor.
Oh,
I respect your father very much.
really?
He's the kindest man. He's been the most kind, most understanding, most respectful person in this entire town. And I hear tell you're not even going to be his son anymore. You're leaving. He told me.
Well, I was watching the river building up courage, and
Building up courage to jump in it? To just walk away from town? I don't know if that was like one of those I was going to kill myself.
I was going to jump in it.
You're going to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Might be for the best.
Really?
I mean, I am the doctor's new child. I'm your replacement.
My replacement.
Yeah, and I think I'll do a much better job, so.
Wait a minute. No one in this town replaces Bud.
That is a thing that he got salty about.
Yeah.
I could just restate what I just said and say I just replaced you, but that might be redundant.
It is redundant.
You know what that means, bud? Do you know what that means?
Of course. It means I have a new purpose in life.
And that is,
To end yours.
I'd like to see you try.
Good day, Samantha.
Good day. I guess I'm glad you're not killing yourself now, so it's a bit more of a fair fight. Although, please feel free if you're still feeling.
I gave you the wink of death.
Which nobody on the channel could see. It was just,
There was a wink of death.
there was a wink of death issue.
How hot was that? That was awesome.
Yeah, rad.
Oh my God, what is gonna happen?
Yeah, this is, everyone is dead.
We're all dead.
Looking at these dice, they're not good for anyone.
No. All right.
Okay, so we enter the last round before the game ends. Just so everybody knows, the higher, we're going to roll these dice at the end. The higher the number of either color that comes up on those dice, the better the ending for you. However, they subtract from each other. So the more mixed dice you have, the harder things are going to go for you at the end. And everybody is right now in a pretty precarious position. With that said, and that bit of cloud of doom hanging over us, I want to have a scene with Dwayne O'Franklin. It is 11 a.m. as they're having their meeting at the river. Alan Parsons approaches the billiard room. They're mostly people cleaning up from the night before. It's a brothel though, so it runs at all sorts of hours. You never know. It's 24 hours. That's part of the O'Franklin promise.
Yep. It's like a 7-Eleven.
Just the brothel.
Yeah.
He busts through the swinging double doors, and looks around the room. Get me Dr. Dwayne O'Franklin. Get me O'Franklin. Where's he at? O'Franklin.
Dr. O'Franklin emerges from the back and positions himself behind the bar where there's a gun fastened under the bar, and stands right behind it and puts his hand on the gun.
I'm calling you out, O'Franklin.
Calling me out, Alan? For what?
I think you know. For stealing the means of production from the proletariat. The only two people in this town of the proletariat class are me and Bud. We're the only people here.
That's not how it works, Alan. There's
like
a lot of
Like
proletarians.
you would know, you bourgeoisie son of a gun.
Well,
You laid your wife down into the grave with the demon syphilis, and I'm gonna lay you down in that same dirt. Bud don't deserve what you done to him.
I did nothing to Bud. Everything that's happened to Bud, he did to himself.
Did to himself, with you hurling abuse around the house and making his mother do all those things, getting her that demon disease. Oh, why? I have half a mind to put you in the ground right here, but I gave you that bullet for a reason.
I'm not scared of the ground.
Well, that's good. When it envelops you, you'll get along all nice like. Today, at high noon, you and me, O'Franklin, right in front of the Chinese Placement Agency, which I again must emphasize is run by people from Pittsburgh.
The Steelers.
The Steelers.
My best paying customers.
That doesn't speak well to their character.
Not at all.
Well, I'll see you this afternoon, or this noon exactly. You got 1 hour, O'Franklin.
I'll see you there.
Turns out the door and leaves.
Boom, boom, boom.
The piano guy.
He's like, oh. Hey, can you give me my paycheck now?
I've been playing all night.
I'm exhausted.
Okay. I think I want to bump into Alan before his high noon debacle.
So you meet at Alan's, where are we gonna meet? What's the setting that you picture?
Let's see here. I think we're meeting at. Let's go your house, your arms. You have a barn. And,
Yeah.
and all your guns are there, and you're choosing which one to use.
Okay. And he's standing in front of his wall of guns.
And
It's just 2 guns.
and Bud Franklin has his arm on the door, and sunlight is behind him, so all you see, 11 o'clock. The sunlight's behind him, so you just see a shadow, and just leaning on the.
Who is that?
It's your friend.
Bud, I didn't see you after last night. You stormed off, all angry like.
I did, and I've had time to think. It's been been a weird night for me. I didn't have much sleep, and then I heard around town.
Bud, it's not your depression again, is it?
Slowly and steady builds the depression.
No. Bud, you need to spend more time in the sun. Oh, thank God we're in hell.
Well, I came here because I heard the rumors around town.
Yeah, I know he's kin. I just can't abide by the things that he's done in his life. But I appreciate if you're here to try and talk me out of it or stop me.
I'm here to wish you luck.
Hell, Bud,
And I'm here to ask for your other gun.
are you gonna borrow it or?
Oh yeah, I'll bring it back, I'm sure.
You'll bring it back? Okay. All right. Now you know how to use it? You ever shot anything before, Bud?
I shot my dog once.
Aw.
You had to shoot your dog?
My dad made me. He's like, this dog isn't a proper member of society. Put him down.
My God.
You can't make that up.
Bud, here, hold your arm out. Show me your shooting form. Now that's terrible shooting. What are you jerking your hand forward like that for? Bud, you need to listen to me. When you hold the gun, you gotta hold it at your hip, because if you're gonna shoot somebody, you're gonna defend yourself, you wanna shoot as quickly as possible. Now, it's a difficult technique. You gotta hold down that trigger and fan the hammer back.
It's weird that you think I'm shooting at a person.
What else are you gonna shoot at? Don't tell me that your dad's gonna make you shoot another dog before I gun him down today at noon.
No, he's not. Sorry.
Wait a minute. I lend you this firearm. This isn't part of your depression. Bud, tell me you are not killing yourself this afternoon.
No, I was just minorly thinking about it.
Minorly?
Yeah.
Bud!
Why?
Bud, that is a permanent solution to a temporary problem, Bud. Now, we need to get you in therapy of some sort. As long as I can trust that you are not going to use that gun on yourself and you're just going to use it to take your problems out on somebody else, I think that's fine. That's what America's all about.
Oh, no.
So, that's okay. I responsibly lent out a firearm to you, a person with a sordid mental health history, and you're just going to use it on people. That's okay. All right. I feel good about this. I would love to teach you more about marksmanship and whatnot. I got a thing at high noon.
No, you'll teach me, because I'll see what you do to my dad, and I will learn from that.
That is awfully dark, Bud. That is awfully dark. I gotta go shine my shooting boots, but we're gonna table this conversation. We're gonna come back to it after I kill your father.
Good day.
All right.
Wow. Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
All right. I don't have anything that I would be doing right now. So you guys could...
Oh, we skipped right to high noon, Pat.
We're going high noon?
We're going to high
Do
noon.
it. I love it. So I have a very high-end gun. Like, it's beautiful. Sterling silver. All right, that's a
With
thing.
like engravings and gold.
The silver gun. Bold move.
Is that not a good gun? I don't know anything about guns.
It's silver plated, probably.
Okay,
Silver
cool.
plated.
It's very nice.
It's a very nice gun. Intricate carvings.
Yeah, exactly. It's very high-end.
Ivory handle.
I've also dressed in, like, my finest clothes.
Yeah. Alan Parsons enters the center of town. He's dressed up in his finest shooting boots. He's got a leather duster on. He's got his hat. He's got his 5 o'clock shadow. Calls out to you. It's high noon.
I see you haven't shaved, Alan. You're now ready for death.
I know I'm gonna have time for it later. You got no comeback to that.
I don't. I'm looking down at my gun. You see like my hand shaking, and I like grab it and like put it to my side.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'm a good shot. It's gonna be nice and quick. Put you out of this world's misery.
I'm not scared to death, Alan.
That's fine, but in case
I
this
don't
is
know-
your last, do you have any last words that you'd like to offer the crowd that's gathered here?
I know most of you very well. Most of you have been in my establishment numerous times. And I always appreciate the business. And I'd love to pour you a cold drink after this. But I'm an old man.
And also not a bartender, so.
Well, I can still pour drinks. I started as a dishwasher. I worked my way up. Alan, I've been working my whole life. I can definitely pour a cold drink.
Everyone works their whole life.
Not you, Alan. You're a lazy man. You're a lazy man who just talks. That's all you do. You ruin my son's life.
I ruined your son's
You
life.
ruined my son's life.
You made him shoot a dog.
He had rabies.
Oh, are we going to talk about brain diseases? Is that what we're talking about? Is that what we're bringing out here into the open, oh Franklin? I know what went down between you and that boy's mother. I know everything. I know all about it. I know all about the girls that you buried out in that desert.
I loved Mabel. I loved her more than anything. I don't know what this disease is,
Yeah,
but I
well,
know
wow.
it's gonna kill us. And it's going around the whole town. And
Whose
Alan,
fault do you think that is? Why in hell do you think we have this problem?
because we're all human. And we all need companionship.
Well, I suppose I don't want to put these people out. They came here to see a show, after all. We start here, take 10 paces, turn, and fire.
You know, you probably got it too, Alan.
Maybe I do. Maybe you'll save me the trouble. But frankly, I doubt it, oh Franklin.
Turns around.
I think you get to choose your outcome.
Yeah, you do get to choose your outcome, and there is a positive and a negative die left over.
I think Ouch!
Ow! Ow! Would you like to have a 3-minute long death scene?
No, I think he would go down. I do think he's an older man. He's got syphilis. He would lose a duel.
Yeah.
But honorably. You
Yeah.
know, there's like no fear.
Yeah.
He pulls yeah.
Yeah. It's done. So many of the people, like, there are girls who scream and cry. Everybody else just sort of looks solemn. And I guess we move on to Samantha Bell,
I think I'd like to
who
have
came to this
seen-
town wealthy. I want to
Yeah,
point out she
I
came
did.
to this
And
town
I give her a
wealthy.
deed.
And then the wealthiest man in town named her as an heir.
Yep. That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Rich get richer. I think I'd like to have a scene with Alan after witnessing this, after having a discussion with the doctor about getting rid of you. I think this might be me confronting you.
Yeah, definitely. Where do you picture this taking place?
I think maybe after the crowd sort of dispersed and you're on your way back to your barn, I
Yep.
follow you and I confront you there. Alan,
Well, Samantha Bell.
I saw what you just did. And frankly, I'm disgusted.
Grim work has to happen out here in the West. It's probably not for one of a delicate disposition such as yourself. But sometimes, in order to protect people from the barbarians, you gotta take up the gun and be a barbarian yourself.
He was an old man.
An old man that caused his wife to die. An old man that made it so that we had to bury many young girls who passed through this town. An old man who spent his son's life abusing him mentally, turning him into a shell of a man.
He warned me about you. That you changed.
Because he's a predator.
That you changed. The old Alan I knew never would have killed an old man like that.
What you come here to do, Leslie?
I came here to get rid of you. The doctor made me his heir. So I've inherited, I guess, the brothel and the Chinese
Placement firm?
Yeah.
Well,
And
if it
I
ain't
don't-
the most powerful person in hell standing right before me, I wouldn't have recognized you as the devil herself, but here you are in the flesh.
maybe we've both changed, Alan.
I take it that we have.
Never ever asked how I got so rich.
I didn't think to. I figured it was from your family or something else. Where did you get that money?
Let's just say my hands aren't clean. And I don't want any links from my past in this town anymore. I want to stay here. I want to be part of the proletariat.
Well, you ain't. You ain't part of the proletariat.
I am now, and I will be. And I can be.
No, you're thinking of the bourgeoisie.
I don't want to be proletariat.
I did that earlier. I did that earlier. It is an easy mistake to make. There are two terms, and you can flip them around. They mean opposite things.
You know I can't read. Anyway, sorry, it has to be like this. And she grabs the gun, his gun that she got off of his body, and points it at you.
I believe you have the option. This is a wild die. You can choose whether it goes well or poorly for you.
Oh, man. I think it goes well.
All right.
I mean, I don't have a gun pointed at me.
You shoot him down. And now we see how things end up. So, if we can grab that book one more time, where did I put it?
I put it under my seat.
Yes. Okay, so we go to the results table. Meanwhile, Pat, you want to interact with the stream really quick? Hey, what a dramatic ending.
That was dramatic. There's 2 dead bodies.
Yeah.
Already. And we're not even to, like,
The aftermath.
the aftermath, which can get a little gruesome. It's pretty fun. You know, Bud seems to be getting out squeaky clean so far.
Bud, like, is in position to have a pretty good result. Actually, like, this is a real up in the air game here. Okay,
yeah.
So, one of these tables, the red table is going to be for, let's see here. I can't remember. One of these is social consequences, and one of them, worst thing in the universe. Yeah,
Nishi, I am shocked. So much death. I know, man.
Yeah,
It really fell
really tough.
apart.
So everybody roll your dice.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, yikes.
Oh, boy.
So, going around the table, we'll go in the order that we played with because I want to build up to that.
Yeah.
So, for me, I got a white 4, which is bitter. You know what it's like to be utterly crushed, casually brought low, forced to eat your own words, and stand mute and powerless before your enemies. They gloat, and you're helpless. So, I feel like story's already kind of in that direction for me. Bud, what did you get? So you got...
So I got a red 6.
Red 6?
Yes.
Okay. Pathetic. You'll suffer. Oh, dear God, you will suffer, and everyone will know of your malfeasance, your stupidity, your lack of common sense and decency, and you're probably going to be locked up, too.
Oh my.
All right. And for Dr. Dwayne O'Franklin,
Oh, what did I get? 3. Red.
red 3. Red 3, that is a harsh. Shit in a bag harsh. A lifetime of medication harsh. Holy shit, you might not even be dead.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Oh no! I survived.
Yeah.
I die of infection later.
Yeah. Oh man.
No.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's really bad. And we come to Samantha Bell.
Oh no.
Samantha, I don't know how to tell you this. You got 0.
I know.
That's
I
the
got.
worst.
That is the worst thing in the universe. This probably doesn't include death, since death would be way better than whatever it is.
Shit.
Be creative and don't settle for the first worst thing that comes to mind. There's something darker, more awful, more wretched in there somewhere. So, knowing that, we have the option of narrating out how things are. Generally speaking, in Fiasco, they suggest you make one die, one plot element, but we can also do it free form and sort of just do the end of the movie. There's that shot of our character with the captions that explain what happened to them immediately after it's over.
Okay.
And for Alan, he sort of died there in the dirt, watching Samantha Bell walk away, looking at the locket with her hair in it, realizing that the people he thought were most evil, those bourgeoisie, they own everything, including the memories that he had of his past. And his vision slowly fades as he dies in the dirt. How about Bud?
All right. Bud Franklin made it his goal to hunt Samantha. Unfortunately,
Well, now you had a bad social consequence. You don't end up dead necessarily.
yeah, I know I go in jail, right?
Yeah, you're probably going to jail.
Yeah.
Or like just disliked by your community or something.
Okay. All right. So, he gets distracted on his way to end Samantha's life. He ends up at
Butterfly.
a ranch with 2 dogs, and that reminds him of his dog. He spends 3 nights with them. In
Really distracted.
in their owner's barn, and he notices they were capitalists, the dogs, and he decides to end their lives with the gun he has. The farmer hears the
Bud
ruckus,
must have syphilis too.
and he gets locked away for his
Being a dog murderer.
yeah.
But
Jesus. All right, Dwayne.
all right, so Dwayne. So it turns out Alan's not a very good shot. He only hits him in the shoulder before arrogantly walking away.
Yeah, well, I won, so.
Yeah, right. Well, you hit him.
You didn't hit me anywhere.
No, I didn't even have a chance to pull the trigger.
No.
Before dropping my gun, and then I was kind of passed out for a moment while she took it from me. I get taken to a hospital where I do have my number 1 lady with me, who is also my maid. I think I named her earlier, Suze.
Yeah.
She stands by my side as they do tons of surgeries, attempting to keep me alive because I've got enough money to afford decent health care.
We've got to take his leg.
Yeah, exactly. But but the problem is that I've lost my will to live. So no matter what they do, they keep doing these attempts to bring me back, and I just don't. I don't really seem to care. Don't seem to respond. And the movie ends with a faint heartbeat, but like this distant stare looking out the window.
Jeez. All right, and the ending that I'm most interested in is Samantha Bell, because you have everything right now.
Someone have to
How do you lose it?
So I feel like I become the new leader of the town, basically the richest. Like I own all the brothel, and I end up working my way up to owning everything. But I end up kind of
Rename
running
it to the Fat Cat.
something like that. Yeah. I end up like running the town kind of into the ground. So there's a drought for a few years.
A drought in hell?
Yeah, and people are upset. So they're upset at me. So like things are always thrown at me on the streets, and it's just like awful, but I refuse to give up my money. And so the town just starts going to crap. And people are really mad. Some people leave, some people stay, but then eventually it's just like a nothing town, like one of those tumbleweeds, so crappy.
Ghost town.
Yeah, ghost town, but like people decide finally that they've had enough. So eventually like the brothels lit on fire. Like I escaped to the Chinese labor building, and that's lit on fire too. And like when I run out, the town basically is like ropes, like basically they just lynch me. So or like one of those like long
mob
paint-
justice.
Yeah, like tied to a horse, and like they smack the
proletariats
horse.
rise
They're like,
up.
Get out of town. So like they smack the horse, and I'm like tied naked and tied to it, and like dragged away from town just to my death, basically. So I slowly, painfully murdered by the people.
You should have learned to read.
I should have learned to read.
That's Fiasco!
That is Fiasco. This one got dark.
Yeah, it got real dark.
Whoa, that got
real
dark.
dark.
That was
Yeah.
fun. That was fun. We had deaths before the end, and I think that leads to a very, very dark ending.
That makes it even darker. Yeah,
totally.
absolutely.
That was a fun game.
What a blast! Thanks everybody on the channel for hanging out with us. How'd you guys enjoy that?
That was super fun.
Oh my goodness, I loved how dark it went. But it was fun.
I loved how the dice, like, kind of didn't even need to be rolled. Like, the story was just going there anyway.
Totally.
And the rolls just, like, completely met up with what was happening.
That's one of the cool things about the structure that this provides. It just like it lays out all the things that you need really, and that we're trying to do in improv all the time. It's establish your character relationship and what you're doing, and that's all you need to have a good scene. It's just all baked right into the system right there.
Swarm of Bees 2000 says, Requiem for a Dream had a more upbeat ending. Yeah, I love this game. It's one of my favorites to play, and it's one of my favorites if I've played with people who've never role-played before. I think it's a really fun game because you can introduce them. Like, you're not too heavy on rules, so you can just be like, we'll just do this thing and we'll goof around. I guess I do have a lot of friends who do improv, which it relies on those skills a bit, but it's super fun.
Yeah. Well, this, guys, was your first playthrough. When you are at the end of your intensive experience, I want to bring you guys back to play another round of Fiasco and see what you learned, see what tricks you picked up.
Sounds good.
And I hope the people who are watching the channel join us for that. But for now, we'll see you next time, heroes.